What is up, guys? My name is Hassan and welcome back, everyone. So today I'm going to give you guys an update on what I have been buying and selling in my Robinhood portfolio. And the reason why I do this is because so you guys can hold me accountable as an investor. I'm not a person who only talks about investing, I actually do it. So let me show you guys my portfolio really quickly. This is $12,800 or $12,900 for 1 week. And then if we look at it for 1 month, I'm up about, for 1 week, I'm up about, if you see it here, 0.91, 1%. And then for the month, I'm up about 6% or $786. And then let's take a look at 3 months. I'm up about $781, 6%. And then for the 1 year. So 1 year I'm up about almost 19%, which is nice and steady. So I'm going to be continuing to invest as I dollar cost average. Sometimes I'm going to be buying at a high price. Sometimes I'm going to be buying at a low price. Now I want to show you guys what I have been buying and selling. But before I do that, there's a lot of new investors here. So I want to talk about my strategy really quickly. And here you guys can see my monthly Robinhood monthly dividend chart. I have a very specific strategy which is called dividend growth investing, where I focus on the monthly dividend I receive month to month. You guys can see that more than the capital appreciation. And the one way I track if I'm doing well or not, if this trend here is increasing. If the trend is increasing, if my monthly income is increasing, that means that I'm doing well, even though the market is going up and down. So another thing I want to show you guys is that for the month of December, when I went over in my previous video, I made a total of $68 for the month of December. And this is just my chart that shows you how much monthly dividend I'm receiving month after month, and we can see that it's clearly increasing. Now I want to show you guys my monthly deposit, because in order for you to grow your account, you have to be consistently depositing money. So let me just pull up the chart. I'm actually going to pull it up a little higher so it's easier to see. All right, so this is the last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For the last 8 months, how much I've been depositing in my Robinhood portfolio. I have 2 portfolios. And here, May, $655, June, $175, July, $300, August, $480, and then September went down, October, and then November, $200, and December, $270. The reason why it's a little bit down is because I've been having a lot of side expense, personal expense, that I haven't been able to deposit as much as I want. If you look at it for the last 7 months, my average is $351 per month, and my goal is to invest $425. So I'm way below my goal, and for the year so far, or at least for the last couple of months, I put in $2,800. But eventually, as the months go on, I should be able to add more money. All right, so it's really important that you guys constantly are adding money. And now I want to show you guys what some of the buyings I've been doing. So Cisco, I bought 1 share. PetMed, I bought 4 shares at $22.64. And then I bought, this is GNTX, is a new company. I'm actually going to go over this company in a few minutes. So pretty much I didn't have a lot of money to invest. I only had $270 for the month of December, and I bought these 4 different companies. A lot of you guys already know about Cisco. I made a analysis video on PetMeds, which you guys should check out. And then GNTX is my newest holding, and I plan to add lot more of it. So last video, I got a comment from one of the viewers saying that I should talk in more in depth on how I do my buying. So as a summary here, we can see GNTX, and one of the first things I like to look at is look at the PE, which is around 1850. I think that's a fair value. Next thing I look at is the earning per share. Okay, so earning per share is $1.66 per year. They're receiving, and then they're paying out about 46 cents. So that shows that they can really cover their dividend, and they should have no problem. And their X date is actually just past January 6th. So check out GNTX. It's a solid company. So the very first thing that I like to look at is their financials. Is that once I look at their financial, so if you look here, that for the last few years they haven't paid any interest. So this is great because a lot of us are like to be debt free, and it shows that if you're a person who's not paying interest on credit card, as an individual, I'd like to run my company the same way. If the company is not paying an interest, this shows that the management is doing the right thing. They know how to handle a business, and they're not paying any debt. So that means that their debt should be very low or to none. So that meets my criteria. Another thing I look at is, are their profits? Are the profits increasing? So 2016, 17, 18, and then 19, you see 688, 668, we got 694, 690, 698. So overall, the trend is pretty much increasing in terms of their gross profit. So that's a nice criteria. The next thing I like to look at is their balance sheet. So once we get to the balance sheet, I like to look at, are they diluting their shareholders? So I look at their long-term debt. Currently it's none, which is a very strong sign, a solid. And then I like to look at their debt repayment, which I'll show you guys in a bit. Another thing I like to look at is their common stocks. Are they adding it, or they're diluting their shareholders? So you can see that clearly that the company is buying back their own share. We got 17,000. Remember, these numbers in terms are 1,000. So we got 17 million, 16 million, then 15 million. So year after year, the common stock, or the number of shares, is decreasing, and which is a great sign. And you can see here on the right, the revenues increasing, the earnings increasing. So this just shows as a very strong balance sheet. And one last thing I like to check is just to make sure I see the whole picture, is the cash flow. Remember, what I'm doing right now is the quantitative analysis, meaning that I'm checking the numbers. After I check the quantitative, I look at the qualitative, meaning is the company's projection going the right direction. So another thing I like to look at is their cash flow. So overall, if you look at it, we look at their debt repayment, it's zero. They paid off all their debt. They're paying dividends. And then free cash flow, that's what I like to look at. Are their free cash flow, are they increasing? Overall, we could see that their free cash flow is increasing. Next thing I do is I like to go to Seeking Alpha, and there I like to just look at the dividends in a little bit. So here in Seeking Alpha, I see that this is the dividend scoreboard for GNTX Corporation. Their dividend is 150, 1.5%, annual payout 46 cents. Their annual payout 46 cents, and then the payout ratio is very low. Their 5-year growth is nice, I would say 8.6%, and then they have a dividend growth of 9 years. And I also like to look at their dividend history, even though it says 9 years, but are they continuing to pay consistent. So here we can see overall the trend is increasing, but I like to stretch it out a little bit more. Okay, we can definitely see the overall trend. They're paying, they haven't stopped paying, there's no cut. And as we go back, another thing I like to look at is during the 2008-2009 recession, did they cut the dividend, or did they continue to increase it, or continue? That meets another criteria, another check mark. You can see that in 2009 they have been paying their dividend even during the recession time. Just go a little bit far back, 2006, nice steady increase. It's not great, but they're on the right direction. Another thing I like to look at is, am I buying the company for cheap or not? So currently I think my average price is around $29. It's at $30. Currently the dividend yield is 1.5%. The 4-year average for dividend is around 1.9, or you can see here it hovers around 2%. So that means that I'm actually, in terms of my dividend yield, I'm paying a higher price compared to their 4% yield of almost 2%. Guys, I think it's a solid buy. Take a look at it, GNTX. As always, thank you. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you. See you next time.